Well, my name's Kirsty. I live in the northeast of England and I live with my husband and my son, and I've been writing probably most of my life. I completed a master's last year in creative writing and I have been lucky enough to be published by Chocolate Publishing, and I've also self-published some novels and had short stories published in different magazines as well. I probably enjoy writing novels and short stories equally. Short stories are quite nice to dip into if you've had enough of a novel and you're getting a bit of a writer's block and you can't decide what to do. So yeah, I wouldn't say I had a preference. If I've not got a lot of time, I'd try and get through a short story, but if I've got a bit longer time, then I'll have a crack at the novel. But sometimes you just get a mental block and can't do anything. Right, time slip novels. I love things like Barbara Erskine's work and Susanna Keisley's work, and I just quite like the idea of these two parallel timelines and people having these experiences that, you know, it's all fantasy, of course, none of it's real, but I do like the idea of being able to slip back into somebody's life and see what they used to do, and if it's got sort of impact on the present as well, I quite like to explore that. So yeah, I like reading them and I like writing them, and I hope people like reading the ones that I write. Okay, well, The Girl in the Painting is the second in the Rossetti Mysteries series. It's based on a very famous painting by Millet, and it's Ophelia, which is in the Tate Gallery in London. The model for it is Lizzie Sadal, who was the world's first supermodel. If you read up on her, she's a fascinating character, and she was married to Dante Gabriel Rossetti. So the story that I have written is based on the premise that it wasn't actually Lizzie that modelled for this painting. It was a girl called Daisy, and Daisy's diary crops up in Whitby, you know, years and years and years later, and a modern day girl reads it and Daisy wants to tell her a message. So yeah, that's what happens on that. People have said that they've enjoyed it, and I've quite liked exploring the pre-Raphaelites in that, and there's a third book on the way as well which focuses on photography. So yeah, it's my trilogy. It's a second one, so hope you like it. Well, celebrations usually consist of wine, chocolate, hot baths, and maybe it's a takeaway if I can have one. I don't have very, wild tastes, but yeah, that's the sort of thing I enjoy. Prosecco, perhaps, Cava, maybe, I don't know, something fizzy, something alcoholic, and a lot of chocolate. Okay, well, The Girl in the Photograph is the third novel in the series, and it traces the characters' stories probably about 3 or 4 years in the future. So you can pick up either one of these novels and you can read it and hopefully enjoy it, or you can just read them as a trilogy. They can expect another time slip, but they can expect to focus on photography this time, and they can expect a little bit of romance, of course, and they can expect Lissy, who has been one of the characters in the first 2 books, to actually get her happy ever after, because people have been saying, this girl's been in all of these books and what happens to her? She just gets everybody together and she seems to have missed out on it. So it was time for Lissy to have her story. Prosecco or tea? Prosecco. Dark or milk chocolate? Milk, because dark gives us a migraine and that's no good for anybody. Strictly or X Factor? Don't really like either of them, to be perfectly honest, but if I had to pick, I would probably, I don't know, go for Strictly, because I can't bear a lot of the people on X Factor. Historical and modern? I like historical. But if you could have sort of a few modern things within the historical time period, then that would be really, really good, because, I like things like mobile phones and cars and stuff, but I do like the costumes in historicals. Cupcakes or gateau? Either. Anything that's cake related. I would say cupcakes, you can eat them quicker. Disco or classical? I don't know, can I say 80s stuff? Because I really like the 80s stuff. Disco, I'm not a very good dancer, but, I'd give it a go. Painting a photograph? I don't know, because I'm better at taking photographs than painting pictures, but I like looking at paintings as well as photographs. I think I'll have to make them tie because of the 2 books that I've got out. Thank you very much for having me. Bye.